up to 12 weeks. We don't like it because the longer they take to split, the risk of conjoined twins increase, and it could be a lot of complication with those kids. I still have to do it next visit.
Okay.
It is a little bit slow because of the gestational age, but I could catch it for a little bit of time, as you could hear. I'm going to try again. You see those two blue lines?
Yes.
Put it right on the flickering. Let's see again.
Oh.
What do you think that? That's got to be a girl, man.
Welcome on back, guys. It's your favorite around the way girl, Naturally Candace, and today I am back to talk about the elephant in the room. I'm not really an elephant, I'm just joking. It's a little jokey joke, don't get all upset. But I am here to talk about my little baby bear that is coming in November. If you did not know, I am pregnant. So this is my pregnancy video. I'm gonna update you guys on how my pregnancy has been going, my first trimester, second trimester, and what it's really like being pregnant in my 30s. But first I'm gonna show you guys my little bump. Let me show you my baby bump. My little baby bump. You guys can see I am 30 weeks and 3 days. Those stretch marks are actually from when I had the twins, so I am 30 weeks and 3 days. We are expecting a little boy. I am due November 18th of 2018. And his name is going to be Caleb Jeffrey. I love the name Caleb, and Jeffrey is actually Alan's middle name. We have Jaden, Jalen, Carter, and now we have Caleb. I kind of wanted to find a name that went with C. So this is my pride and joy right now, my baby bump. Hey, mama baby. Woo. All right, let's get into the video now. All right, so let's get right into the video. This is gonna be a long-winded video. Don't mind me, we're like setting up his nursery. His crib is together, his mattress isn't in there. We're trying to get stuff together, so it's still not all together here, so mind the mess. But go ahead, grab you some snacks, because this is gonna be a pretty long video. I haven't seen you guys in 6 months, and that's because I've really been taking time to enjoy my pregnancy. A little FYI, I was 20 when I was first pregnant with the twins, and it wasn't a planned pregnancy. I was actually homeless at the time. I wasn't in a relationship with the twin sperm donor. So my pregnancy wasn't a happy time. It wasn't enjoyable. I wasn't speaking to my mother. I actually wasn't speaking to any of my family. So to fast forward 12 years from now, to be pregnant again in a much better space, mentally, physically, just all around, it is a complete different experience from when I first was pregnant. So I really wanted to enjoy it, which is the main reason why I took some time off of YouTube to just enjoy being pregnant and enjoy, you know, AJ pampering me and everything that came along with my pregnancy. I don't want to take away from the fact that I love the twins to death. I would not change anything about ever having the twins, but just my entire pregnancy experience, like being pregnant with the twins, it was not something ideal, and I would never want to go through that experience again. Let's go back to March of this year. March is when I actually missed my period and found out that I was pregnant. I peed on a couple of sticks, pregnancy sticks, and found out I was pregnant. AJ was actually excited. I was pretty excited. I didn't really want kids. When me and AJ got together, I was kind of like, I don't really know if I want kids, because I had such a horrible pregnancy experience before, and you know, having an absent parent, it kind of took a toll on me. I was kind of, you know, like, I don't really know if I want to do this again. But I actually was excited when I found out that I was pregnant, and I was excited about the idea of having kids with my husband, because seeing AJ interact with his kids and my kids, it kind of made me want to have our own child together. So when I found out I was pregnant in March, you know, I was really excited about it, and so was AJ. We really didn't tell too many people that we were pregnant in the beginning because, you know, superstitious. You want to wait until you get so far along. You want to make sure you go to the doctor and everything is good before you start making the announcement that you're pregnant. So the first people that I told, of course, was like my best friends. I told my best friend Ray and Ashanti and AJ. I believe he told his brother, and his brother didn't believe us. And I finally couldn't take it anymore. I had to tell my mom. My mom is the one person that I was kind of dreading to tell, because my mom has dedicated her entire life to the twins and I, and she wasn't really excited that me and AJ decided to elope. She thought that we should wait, and now we've eloped, and 2 months later I am pregnant. So, you know, at first she was kind of like, are you sure you're ready for this? You're getting married, now you're having a baby, like things are moving so fast. But I know my mom. My mom is a wonderful grandmother. She loves children. I know she just needs time to process things at her own speed. She's not really the kind of person that you want to push something on and try to get them to be on with it. She has to do it at her own pace. She's a Scorpio. Crazy thing is, Caleb is going to be a Scorpio too. So, little mental note of that. But we finally told my mom, and we told AJ's mom, and AJ's mom was like, she had already knew. She could tell. She could see me, you know, gaining weight, and she could just see little signals from us on social media and stuff. So those are the first people that we told. So first thing I did once I found out that I was pregnant, I had to stop all of my bad habits. I could not drink anymore. I didn't go back to smoking cigarettes, but I was smoking Black and Milds occasionally, and I was smoking a little pot, a little THC. And so I had to quit all of that. And when I say I quit, I mean, I literally quit cold turkey. Like, I found out I was pregnant on a Wednesday. By like Thursday, I wasn't smoking anymore. I was like, I don't want to smoke anymore. I don't want to chance it. I had already been on Dr. Google looking up, you know, symptoms first trimester. How can you tell if you're really pregnant? Can the pregnancy test be wrong? So I also read, you know, that you can increase your chance of miscarriage by smoking. And so I just wanted to cut all of those nasty habits out immediately. So I immediately stopped smoking, immediately stopped drinking. I stopped just like in the blink of an eye, cold turkey. So besides quitting all of my bad habits, the next thing I did was I started to get on the hunt for a doctor. There were certain things that me and AJ really wanted, especially when it came to labor and delivery, when it came to prenatal care. So I started online looking for a doctor, trying to find who would be good for us. I don't know what it was about March, like going back, thinking about it, like all of the doctors that I really wanted, I called, they weren't accepting new patients, or they weren't taking my insurance. So I was starting to get a little discouraged, but then I ended up realizing I could go back to my doctor that delivered the twins, who gave me my prenatal care. I told AJ, you know, he was a great doctor, this and that. I'm gonna go ahead and set an appointment up with him. So I got an appointment for April 12th. The doctor, if you've never been pregnant before, usually they don't want to see you until you're at least 8 to 9 weeks. So that's why I found out in March, but I couldn't go to the doctor until April 12th. So I scheduled my appointment with my doctor, and after I did all of that, I wanted to make sure that I was taking care of myself and taking care of baby. Baby right is what we're gonna call it, because at this time I didn't know if it was a boy or girl, but we had our fingers crossed that it was definitely going to be a girl. We have 4 boys already. We definitely wanted a girl. So I wanted to make sure that I was doing everything I could to stay healthy. So I went to CVS and I bought me some prenatals. At the time when I first found out I was pregnant, I was still pretty much clean eating. I wasn't eating red meat. I wasn't eating pork. I wasn't eating chicken. I was only eating things from the sea. And I was trying, you know, to eat fruits and vegetables and stay hydrated and not eat a lot of processed food and fast food and stuff. So I went and got these prenatal vitamins. I don't know if you guys can see. Might be a little time to focus on them, but there they go. I went and got these prenatal vitamins. They were $20. They're Rainbow Light Prenatal Food-Based Multivitamin. They're vegan and gluten-free, and they have folic acid and iron and B vitamins and all this kinds of stuff. You're supposed to take it, you know, with your food. Let me just show you. Take your prenatal. They're huge. They smell like vitamins. Did I mention that these things were $20? So, oh, and right there in blue it says gentle on the stomach. So since I couldn't get into my doctor until April 12th, I wanted to be healthy, I started to go and take prenatal vitamins. Now, once I found out I was pregnant, I wasn't experiencing any morning sickness, anything like that. I would literally be fine all day. Besides just being really tired, I had, you know, no morning sickness at all. So I started taking these prenatals. The prenatals started to make me feel like nauseous. Like I took them on an empty stomach, I would feel nauseous. I took them after I would eat a meal, I would still feel nauseous. I was making sure that I was drinking enough water, but they just made me feel really nauseous, and they made me constipated. I mean, it would be 3-4 days before I could go to the bathroom once I started taking those prenatals. Well, that's what I thought in my head. Those prenatals were like really backing me up. So I started to get cramps in my stomach from just not being able to go to the bathroom. And then I started to bloat, and I'm like, what is going on here? Like, this cannot be life. I was in so much pain. So I struggled with those, I want to say, for maybe 2 weeks. I was like, you know what? I can't take it. Like, I looked online, and I was, you know, in my pregnancy group, and a lot of people were like, oh, those did the same thing to me. They made me really constipated. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to try something a little gentler, something with less iron. Maybe that's it. My body is getting too much iron. It's causing me to be constipated. So I go and I get these, the prenatal gummies, and literally I would take these, and they like made me sick to my stomach. Like, I would not have an appetite all day, and I was like, I feel fine. On the days that I don't take a prenatal, I feel normal. Like, I don't have anything going on, any morning sickness. But the moment that I take these prenatals, I'm starting to feel like crap. So I told AJ, you know what, I'm just not gonna take a prenatal. I'm gonna just wait until I go to my first appointment and see the doctor and talk to the doctor. Not to mention, once I switched over to the gummies, it would be 6 to 7 days before I would go to the bathroom. I was that constipated. I mean, my stomach was rock hard. Do you know what it is like to not poop for 6 to 7 days? Food just festering all in you. I mean, I was miserable, and I would have gas. I'm sorry, this may be TMI, but I mean, the gas would literally blow AJ and the kids out the house. Only gas though, no release. I was doing everything. I was like drinking warm water. I was having lemons. I was like desperate to get it up out of me. Like, and finally when I would go, it was like not even enough release. It was like miserable those first couple of weeks before I went to the doctor. No morning sickness, nothing like that, no cravings, just constipated like nobody's business. So literally at my first doctor's appointment, the first thing he asked me, he was like, any morning sickness? What's going on? Bruh, I am backed up. That is literally like the first thing that I told my doctor. I let him know that I had tried some store-bought prenatals, and he was like, you know, that's normal when you're pregnant. Sometimes, you know, your body is making new hormones, your digestive system is slowing down, so it can't break down food as fast, so you won't be going to the bathroom as fast. So he prescribed me the prenatals that I'm currently taking. The Citrinatal, these are like bomb. Let me cover up my name on the prescription, but you can see. Give a second to get into that. Citrinatal. And it's a prenatal, and it comes with a stool softener. So this is like the prenatal, and this is the stool softener, and it has all of the same stuff that I need: iron, vitamin A. I mean, really good, and it helps me to go to the bathroom. So I started taking these in March, April. I started taking these in April, and these have been the prenatals that I have stuck with. I love them. They help me go to the bathroom. Maybe not every day, maybe every 2 days, every 3 days, but these have definitely been working out in my favor. Love these, and they're pumped with iron. You know, you need lots of iron when you're pregnant. So at our first doctor's appointment, I went ahead, talked to my doctor, let him know, you know, you delivered my kids 12 years ago, blah, blah, blah. It was our first appointment. They went ahead and confirmed that I was pregnant, and they did a Doppler ultrasound. The Doppler ultrasound is the one that is, it's like a little Doppler, and they go in vaginally and they try to measure the baby, and depending on how far along you are, usually at about 9 weeks, you can hear the heartbeat. Anytime before that, you really can't. So it really depends on how far you are. So he asked me, you know, my last menstrual period, and I told him when it was. He gave me my expected due date, and he went in and did my Doppler sonogram. Lucky for me and AJ, we were actually able to hear our baby's heartbeat at that appointment. It was very emotional for me. I almost wanted to cry. AJ was like, oh my God. It was like a realization, like, oh my God, I'm getting ready to have a baby. There's a little life inside of me. Like, wow, this is amazing. Like, this is great. So we heard the baby heartbeat, and we talked more about the doctor with what we wanted and how I had been feeling. And he let me know for the first and second trimester, I would see him every 4 weeks. So about once a month or so. I was going to see my doctor once every month. So I saw him April 12th, and I went back sometime in May. So from April to May, I was still eating healthy. I mean, AJ had even took me to Tropical Smoothie. We was having smoothies and still not eating any red meat or chicken, and, you know, still trying to be really healthy, and black beans and fruit. And I'm not really binge eating at all. I'm not a binge eater. I'm not really eating junk food. Oh, excuse me, junk food or snacks or anything like that. I'm really trying to be healthy, because I made up in my mind, I said I didn't want to gain more than 25 pounds. That was what my goal was. I didn't want to gain more than 25 pounds for this pregnancy. I mean, you guys see me before I got pregnant. I was pretty small. I was like a size, I want to say like a 1, 2, maybe some 3s, depending on where I got the clothes from. But I had a pretty small frame. I was a B cup boob, so I felt like 25 pounds would be great. So I've been healthy. I've been doing everything I need to do. I've been drinking soda, water, more water. Have my coffee in the morning, but water. So I go back to the doctor in May. I get on the scale. I gained 8 pounds. I gained 8 pounds in 1 month. I was freaking out. I was like, how? I literally haven't been eating anything different from before when I was pregnant, and I wasn't gaining any weight. I gained 8 pounds from April to May. So yes, I gained 8 pounds from April to May. I immediately started to get like worried and kind of discouraged. Like, what am I doing? Like, I'm about to be on a diet, and my doctor was like, you can't really diet, you're pregnant. Like, that's unhealthy. And AJ was like, you're tripping right now. Like, you can't go on a diet, you're pregnant. Like, what? So my doctor let me know like 8 pounds is a bit excessive. He was like, try to, you know, really stay eating healthy, watching what you're eating. So I continue to do that. I'm still not experiencing any morning sickness. The only thing that I'm really experiencing is some back pain. Like my muscles were like starting to ache a little. I was still sleeping. Like I would be tired. I would need a nap throughout the day, but really, you know, kind of enjoyable, nothing really major. So I go back to the doctor, waiting for that truck to pass by. I go back to the doctor in June and I get back on the scale and I've gained 7 pounds. So far, I've already gained 15 pounds and my goal was to only gain 25. So now at this point, I'm like freaking out. I'm like, I don't know what to do. I don't understand. Like I don't understand what it is that I am doing wrong. Like I am not overeating. I'm not, how did I gain 15 pounds? One of the biggest things that did happen was my boobs went from a B cup to a double D, literally like in 3-4 weeks. I went from kind of busting out of my bras to like not being able to fit them at all to like having to go bra shopping. And then I finally just was like, man, forget it. I'm just gonna be in a sports bra. The bra that I have on now is like a double D and it's time for me to go up. This is my sports bra, so I don't mind showing you, but that was the biggest thing. Like, I'm like, where is all of this weight coming from? Not to mention, I started to get like a little belly at about 12 to 13 weeks. I'm like, what is going on? I am gaining so much weight. My doctor let me know, you know, you had twins before. Some women start to show early. You know, your uterus expands quicker when it isn't your first baby. I was just feeling like a whale. Honest to God, like I was feeling like a whale, like so discouraged. I was like, I cannot believe I am gaining this much weight. But at this point, I was like, you know what? AJ kept telling me, he was like, babe, you look beautiful. He was like, don't even let it bother you. He was like, you look amazing. He was like, you're growing a life inside of you. He was like, I wish you wouldn't let that get to you. So I was like, you know what? I ain't about to be doing all this healthy eating. I'm about to enjoy my pregnancy. I'm about to, when I want a burger, I'm going to Five Guys. I'm about to go Chick-fil-A. I'm about to eat what I want to eat because obviously trying to eat healthy, I'm still gaining weight and I am craving some waffle fries right now. So by the time July rolled around and I had gained another 7 pounds from June to July, I was like, oh yeah. And I'm about to go on vacation. I'm about to eat what I want to eat because I don't know what's going on. My body was just retaining a lot of water. I was retaining water like nobody's business. Well, that's what I'm telling myself in my head. I'm retaining a lot of water, but my doctor also told me that. So I stopped eating healthy. By July, I was like, I'm done with this. I'm gonna eat what I wanna eat because I done gained the 25 pounds that I wanted to gain the entire pregnancy. I done gained this and I'm only like halfway through the pregnancy because yeah, by the time we went on our summer vacation, I was 20 weeks and I've already gained 20 pounds. So, oh, whatever. Forgot to tell you guys. So we didn't tell the boys that we were expecting a baby until we were about 13 weeks. We did that after we went to the doctor in May. When we went to the doctor in May, we actually got another sonogram. It wasn't a Doppler, it was just a regular sonogram. And he printed out a little picture and like on the sonogram, you could see like the baby, like Caleb, like doing the dab and like moving his little nubby arms, and it was really amazing. And he gave us a little printout and you know, that really confirmed it. At that point in time, I was 12-13 weeks, so I felt comfortable with telling people. That's when we actually started to tell other people. I believe it was the Saturday before Mother's Day. And you know, I started letting the people at my job know, because at 12, 13 weeks is kind of when you're in the clear. Well, not really the clear, but your percentage for miscarriage goes down drastically. So we felt comfortable telling people that we were expecting. And that is when we finally told all the boys. I wanted to do something really special for them. So, you know, we set up something really special and kind of let them guess that we were expecting. I'm gonna put the video in here so you guys can see how they reacted to find out that they all were getting ready to be big brothers.
Look, cause you gonna dig your man in? A claw machine?
Okay, on three, I'm gonna do a countdown, okay? 3, 2, 1.
I can't see. Got it. What? What? Oh, wow, Cookie Monster.
Okay, now you got to open your card.
Got my card.
Somebody got to open card.
I know what to do. I think I know. Just say air.
You better put them together. Somebody
Having
better.
a baby.
We having a baby.
Oh my goodness.
Cartwright, we having a baby. That's not for
Carter's
you.
gonna be older than someone in this house.
Y'all
Baby.
put them
Gonna
together.
be second.
Y'all excited?
No, it should have been on my birthday.
You want to share your birthday with the baby?
Yeah.
So cute. I know, they were so excited. So that was really awesome to let them know. So now the first trimester is kind of coming to an end. I kind of jumped ahead because I told you June to July, and in July when we went on vacation I was actually 20 weeks. So I'm gonna just go back a little bit to when we found out the gender of the baby. My actual doctor was telling me that we couldn't find out the gender until like 19 to 20 weeks. I had already been online and I knew that you could take a blood test to really, you know, new age stuff. At 14 weeks, you could really, not even at 14 weeks, at 9 weeks, you could take a blood test to really find out what was the sex of the baby. Somehow they, you know, they test for the blood to see if your blood has male DNA in it. If it does, that's a sign that you're having a boy. So I wanted to know what we were having. Like, I wanted to know because we wanted a girl so bad. We wanted a girl so bad. So I ordered this test offline. It's called the sneak peek test. And I want to say it was like $100, and they send it to you with specific instructions. You got to clean your countertop off. I think I have the test. Hold on. Let me get it. Alrighty, so this is the test. The sneak peek test, and it comes in the mail. I mean, you can actually pay extra money and get it expedited, but I just did the regular way. All of my stuff is still in here. Kind of gross because you gotta stick yourself, but so I ordered this test, and you have to do stuff specific, very specific. Like, they give you specific instructions on what you're supposed to be doing. You have to make sure that there are like no boys around, no male DNA, all kinds of stuff. If you are squeamish and you don't like needles, this is not the test for you, because I actually had to stick myself and send in a sample of my blood. So check out the sneak peek test if you're pregnant and you want to know what the gender of the baby is. I believe it is 9 weeks. You can take this test and they can test your blood and find out the sex of the baby. So we did the sneak peek test, and you know, I want to say I did that like on a Monday. I sent it back to them. So now I'm like checking my email, because they send you the results via email. I'm checking my email, nothing. I was like, fine, let me stop checking it. Friday rolls around, I check my email, I get the email, I open it up,